at least Beam tried. I mean, he really tried to put in a lot of effort to keep Denji as safe as possible. I mean, he technically did. So he gets some good reward points. He's definitely a very, very good companion at this point in the series. Like, he shows up, he saves Denji's ass, and then he gets him out of there. It's weird because he is in fact he's a fiend, and you'd think that he'd just not care, but he definitely seems to cooperate really well with the Devil Hunter group, and he likes Denji. So he's a very useful ally. I mean, in reality, he's a great like escape tool. Just at some point when you're like, well, I'm screwed, you have this nice shark boy just jump out of the ground and run away with you. And he seems very agile, very quick, so that's a bonus to what he's got. But unfortunately for him, so is the Bomb Devil. Reze is just keeping up with him, just using explosions to get around, and here he just, gouges up his head. Well, he gets ready to gouge. He gets his head in that big monster shark form, wants to take a bite out of her, but all it really takes is for her to lift her hand, and bam, explosion. He's just, like, barely able to move. He's like, oh, shit, I don't know if I can do that again. Poor Beam. They're lucky that a passing group of devil hunters were able to come by, just like a private group. They're like, oh yeah, look, a devil, we're gonna deal with this. Unfortunately for them, they did not know the level that they were going to deal with, because they're even like astonished that she's able to talk, and we know that the more intelligent a devil is, it's a sign that they're more powerful. So here she is, like, straight able to pass off as a human. So unfortunately for these guys, she literally just snapped her fingers, and you get like this little, what looks almost like a firefly, just buzz, like, zoom on over them and explode. Not just them, the car as well. And these guys are just, there's no more of them. They're gone. They're very gone. But in that time, here's Beam, who just books it out of there. He gets away as fast as possible. Gets into, I think they said it was the Devil Hunter group number 2. And they're at their gym. And you see Aki. Aki's training with them. He's just having a, well, other people are having a good time. Aki's being Aki, and he's being as, like, calm-minded as possible, and they're just like, oh yeah, so if you come over here, I might be second in command within 5 years, and if you want to come with our group, then sure. And he's like, yeah, okay. But the Angel Devil, like, notices after, it's like, aren't you going to be dead within 5 years currently? And he's just like, don't worry about it. It's oh, and then he's just like, who'd you hear that from? And Power told him, and he's a piece of shit. Stupid woman. Why do I tell her anything? I don't know why you'd tell Power anything. She seems very untrustworthy, and just an all-rounding, not somebody that you would confide a secret within. She's very petty. She's mean. She just does not seem like somebody you should in any way deal with something sensitive about you. And, like, I don't know, I put it up to Aki trying to be a lot nicer, and probably not thinking, like, yeah, she's not a good choice for kindness, my guy. But here he is now. He's been faced with Denji and Beam, both just beaten to hell. Denji's still missing a hand, still bleeding. Unfortunately, he can't say, pull the cord on my chest, let me get into my Chainsaw Man form. And Beam's just being a good boy that he is able to, get him safe, and talking about how the Bomb Devil is coming, and that she is the Gun Devil's partner. So, and I'm wondering, it's like straight across, or, does he have multiple allies, or is she pretty much his right-hand man? Well, right-hand woman? Right-hand devil woman. Bomb bitch. I don't know. And she's just now outside, like, trying to get in, while Aki is, like, saying, like, how do you know this? How do you know who she is? And Makima told Beam not to say anything, and this is only going to further Aki's suspicions of Makima, because we already know that he doesn't really have a lot of trust in her. He's got some issues with her in general, and this is only going to strengthen that, because, I mean, why would he just, like, brush this off? We already know he wanted to get information out of her at one point, so this is gonna be an interesting development and like where this could go for the characters. But Reza is like trying to get in, saying like, "Oh yeah, there's a devil chasing me. I need help." And like the dude who is like trying to like, I'm gonna be second in command within 5 years. He's like, get out of here. This is a training facility. Civilians aren't allowed in here. You can't be over here. And Denji's able just to get enough words off to like mention Reze's name. Denji, why don't you just say, hey, pull the cord on my chest. Pull my chest cord. I can help. I will. Oh, well, I don't even think like if he got in this Chainsaw Man form, I don't think he'd stand a chance. I think that she would completely demolish him because the thing about her versus the Katana Devil and Denji is she seems to have a much like higher mastery of her abilities. Like moving around with explosions shows that she's learned how to use her powers in ways outside of just straight offense. Because like the Katana Devil, I mean, he had a stance that made him fast, and he's got sick blade arms, but I mean, really, what does he have outside of that? Like, he doesn't have any special abilities to really like represent what he's capable of. Same with Denji. Denji doesn't have any techniques or anything. But Reze, like the fact that she's able to move the explosions, she can probably do other things with them. On like she can straight just attack with them. She's got ranged. She's able to do environmental damage and change the environment to her liking using her explosions. I imagine she's able to also use them defensively. Like if someone, I don't know, like throw like Denji can throw a car. Like imagine he throws a car at her and she just like in that area in front of her explodes like just a spot, and that explosion pushes the car out of her way, or if somebody gets close enough to her trying to attack her, bam, explosion, they're either damaged or killed. She's definitely got a higher level of hold on her power, but it's also just a straight good power. So I don't know. I feel like the only person, at least, well, the only two people right now, because there's two people we know. There's Ishibe, because we know that he's like a big deal devil hunter, but we don't know where he is, and Makima, who we know that Makima is clearly very powerful, and from my theory is I think that she is a hybrid similar to Denji, the Katana Devil guy, Reze, where she is a human with the devil heart, has their powers, but has that level of immortality. And she seems like somebody that would be able to combat Reze. I mean, really, Aki, I don't think Aki can do it unless that boosted power shows up. I mean, we don't know how strong that boosted power is, but I mean, if that version was able to fight Reze, at least on this level, I mean, we don't even know if that's the strongest she can get, because we know that the more blood she intakes, like the stronger she becomes, and the more like violent and devious she becomes. So it would be a logical way to introduce her at like her level and still be able to fend this chick off, just because like we already had that information about her powers. So it would be like, oh yeah, cool, now we're finding more about her character and finding more about the possibility of her, but all hype for the future. And on top of that, it would I think it'd be an interesting spectacle. So my concerns are who is going to show up to really do anything, because I don't think anybody there can deal with her. Like who do you really have that's like a strong fighter that's at least currently at that building? You have Aki, you have the Angel Devil, and you have Denji. I don't think Denji will be able to do anything because Denji will get outranged. Reze just seems like a better fighter than him, on top of being stronger. Aki was struggling with the Ghost Devil, so like even though that was a tricky one, I don't think he's capable of really dealing with someone like Reze. I mean, maybe with his future sight it'll be easier. Maybe we'll be able to see the explosions before they happen, see your movements. We know that the thing though, I think that you could chalk up like if he's able to fight with her versus the Ghost Devil, and it's like, well, the Ghost Devil is definitely weaker than Reze, so how is he able to at least keep up with her? As we know, like just because he could see the future doesn't mean that it means he can really contend with it. All those arms made it a lot harder to fight him because they're all coming at different directions, and he was just getting overwhelmed. If the explosions are just in one area, he might be able to deal with that more. I think they're going to need Kishibe or Makima, because the three possibilities that they have, I don't think they're going to be able to do anything with. I mean, the fact that she was able to pretty much take Beam down to barely able to really get anywhere levels with one touch. She's definitely really powerful. She doesn't seem to be even trying at this point, and she said at the end of the chapter she's ready for a massacre. So she's probably knowing that these guys are gonna be not much for her. So look forward to the next chapter. We got early ones this week. I guess there's a holiday in Japan, so the gap between this one and the next one is going to feel a little bit heavy because it's going to be what a week from tomorrow, so 8 days until we get another chapter. And other than that, I'd really appreciate you comment below. Tell me what you thought about this. Do you think there's anything else that they could do other than Makima or Kishibe showing up and fighting Rise? Like, she might decide to retreat. I'm curious to know if she actually cares about Denji. Like, maybe she kind of didn't develop feelings for him, even though that she's partnered with the Gun Devil. I think that'd be a really cool plot line to open up, and it's not like she was completely faking it. She actually cares about him, but she wants to do whatever her job is, whatever reason that the Gun Devil wants to Chainsaw Devil's heart. Other than that, so I really appreciate thumbs up the video, but friend the like button and subscribe button and check and that's not up. I really appreciate thumbs up the video, but friend the like button and subscribe button and check out my other videos. But that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed. And I thank y'all for listening. Bye.